Coach, another look at your team much beyond regulation again tonight, and want to get your thoughts on a fight that you had against a team that was unbeaten entering. You went step-for-step for them, a scoreless first period. The fight you saw from the team, especially when it went to overtime, and very well, next goal was up to win.
Yeah, I guess the message from us to the team tonight was we took about 5 minutes off, and those 5 minutes kind of decided the game. Yes, they got that fluky goal up and over, but through the mid to late parts of the second period is where we kind of made some bad decisions positionally with the puck, and that was kind of the moment where we let them back into it. But apart from those 5 minutes or so, I thought we played really well. Guys were working extremely hard, executing on some plays. But again, 5 minutes of us kind of sleeping ended up changing the game, and that allowed them to get back into it.
What was your sight on that third goal to tie the score, and if there's anything to share about what was said, the fact that I didn't go on to review? We pondered there on the broadcast.
Yeah. So what I mean, it could have just been us fishing for a review on it, but we deflected it, started going up in the air, and then they had a player that was closest to the puck, and he had his stick, very close to making contact with the puck, and then it went in. So there were some guys that thought it got touched with a high stick and then in the back of the net, but from the ref's wording of it, he wasn't able to review that specifically. Apart from that, it is what it is. It ended up in the back of the net because of a couple of mistakes that we had made, and that was that.
Throughout the first 4 games here, it's been noticing that you've been using Devin Poliani on faceoffs a lot. Is there any type of thought process behind that, or?
I mean, he's somebody that has had success in the past. A faceoff is, kind of the first opportunity to compete for the puck. He does a great job of that. He's somebody that I can rely on in those situations. So he's going to get the nod over some other guys in situations.
The quick turnaround tomorrow, is the message going to change at all? Or?
I don't think so. I thought, like I said, I thought we played pretty strong game apart from those 5 minutes. With the quick turnaround, we just have to be smart with taking care of ourselves tonight and then leading into tomorrow to make sure that we're mentally and physically engaged.
Is Chyzowski expected to start tomorrow?
We haven't made a decision on that yet.
Coach, rounding out with Nolan Maier's play tonight, single game career highs, and certainly looked as vintage and as good as he was in that 8-game win streak last season. Your thoughts on his play and the consistent opportunities to keep this team in the game against a Trots-Rivières offense coming in tonight with a 5-goal average?
Yeah, definitely kept us in there. Some really big saves, especially late. Some of our making passes when the ice isn't, favoring our side of things, and ends up with odd man rushes, breakaways, things like that. And he stood tall, very confident young man, and fortunate to have him back there. And talking to Jason Binkley about it, we watched the rookie game against the Rangers, and first goal of the game, little blooper up and over, same thing happened. So it's just bad luck. It is what it is, but Nolan played extremely well, and he gave us a good opportunity to win tonight.
Nolan, tonight, game goes to shootout, able to get a point out of it, but more specifically for you, pro career highs and saves and shots faced tonight. Your games got better as the game progressed. What were you feeling well between the pipes tonight?
Yeah, I felt good. I think to be able to get that many shots and to have to being able to see them as good as I was able to, just with how my D played them, and they were able to kind of keep them to the outside and get a clear lane, so it made my job even easier. So I felt pretty good.
Your glove was at its best, like I've seen from the booth tonight, and it certainly has been a part of your game that you continue to grow upon. How do you feel well with your glove? Because certainly it came up in big spots tonight, including that save late in the third.
Yeah, it's positive. I think I'm always trying to get better in every aspect of the game in my position, and to make a couple pretty timely glove saves tonight is a huge positive.
What's going through your mind in those overtime periods and shootouts?
That could be stressful, but at the time, for how many games I've been in overtime in my career, junior and just growing up, you kind of get used to it, and it's good. There's highs and lows, and you just try and be as even keel as you can. But no, I think I was able to do that. Just gonna get the job done tonight.
How do you feel your performance was tonight versus on the road?
It was definitely a step up. I think it's tough going down to Newfoundland and playing a 3-3. They're obviously a really good team, and we definitely weren't our best, and it was kind of very similar start as last year. So I think we definitely wanted to build on that, and I think there's some real positives that we had in this game. It's going to sound cliche, but just playing the full 60 minutes, we kind of just had a couple lulls for 5 minutes, and they were able to capitalize because they're a skilled team. So we can't give teams that opportunity.
You've come on the scene and really have taken to a liking to the fans, and of course tonight another goal to add on as the leading scorer. How's it felt so far working with this team and the transition to Reading so far, Brett?
Yeah, it's been great coming to Reading. It's been awesome here, actually. I've loved it. Very welcoming fans, very passionate, so that's been nice. I think our team's heading in the right direction right now. We just got to kind of clean up a couple things, but we're working hard. We're getting our chances. We're coming together, but I think we just need to dial in a couple moments in the game that we just kind of let slip away. But yeah, we're getting together, and it's going in the right direction.
How do you feel Nolan Maier did in net for you tonight?
He was awesome. He's always awesome. I think obviously the goals against that we had tonight, we just kind of have little lapses in front of him and kind of leave him out to dry, and he makes some big saves for us and kind of keeps us in there and on top in moments. So he was awesome. He's always awesome.
And how do you feel your overall performance has been over the first 4 games?
We've been all right. I think there's just been some defensive moments that we kind of just let things slip away, and we get a puck watching a little bit. But all in all, I think it's been good, and I think we just need to get together a little bit more here and try and bury a couple goals.
So you were able to score a goal tonight, a little frustrated that you missed the power play opportunity. What goes through your mind after a little frustrated after the missed chance?
Yeah, that one was tough. Had a wide open net, so it just happens sometimes. Kind of had to laugh that one off and get back at it the next shift. But yeah, it's obviously a tough one to see an empty net and miss it. So.